Hey, Bubba, did the Braves score any runs last night?
I don't know. Why don't we go ask Jordan Yamamoto? He might have something to say about it.
Let's step into the on deck circle.
You're listening to the DFS On Deck podcast, brought to you by LineStar App, the top-rated DFS tool set and number one companion for DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo Daily Fantasy. Go LineStar Premium now at LineStarApp.com. Now, here are your hosts, fantasy baseball experts Joe Pisapia and KC Bubba.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and welcome to On Deck right here on the LineStar app. It is me, it's Casey Bubba, and it's you, and we're talking all things MLB DFS. And what a wild night it was. You know, it's funny, in the afternoon games yesterday, the Brewers had put up 19 and blanked the Tigers, and we thought that would be the biggest output of the day. Bubba, not so much, because it looks like the Marlins got a thrashing of all time there. That was a pretty big number there, a crooked number by the Atlanta Braves in what was a crazy evening of baseball on the eve of the football season. And now we are here. And if you are playing football, make sure you're going out there and listening to the NFL version of this show. It is called the Pre-Snap. You can find it on the LineStar app. You can go follow LineStarApp.com. You can get it anywhere you listen to your podcast, just like this one right here. So subscribe to the Pre-Snap show. Subscribe to On Deck. That way you're covered for all your DFS needs for MLB and NFL. The preview show just came out this morning, so go check that out. So Bogman and I went and did that. We also have the wagering show dropping tomorrow. That's already in the can. That'll drop on Friday. So it is a busy day to be a sports fan, and I imagine a tough day to be a Marlin fan.
Yeah, it must be really, really difficult. I'm actually surprised Donnie Baseball can, control himself with all the unwritten rules of baseball through all of that, just shellacking. But he made a couple pitchers wear one. That was going to be a tough one. When you go to arbitration hearings and they see a 12 earned run outing, it's going to be a tough one to argue across the table. But it was one of those, if you played season long, you basically got like a month's worth of performance at like Adam Duvall and stuff like that, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, how come no one's bitching about that? Where's the unwritten rules with Adam Duvall and all the other guys?
Yeah, right? Where's Chris Woodward right now? Like, he owes Tatis an apology.
Yeah, I'm kind of just kind of wondering where that all went to, all these unwritten rules about, it's pretty amazing that they let Yamamoto just go in there and just take it.
Because what it comes down to, I can't remember the exact number, but I think it's either starting today or starting tomorrow. They play 7 games in 5 days against the Phillies or something. So I think they just said, you know what, we need all our pitching, so just go wear it. Just go.
I know, but I mean, geez, 2 2/3.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine being out there going, I think the batting practice pitcher had a better ERA than me today?
Well, just, at that point, it's almost, you're better off being one of those position players, to go pitch.
Yeah.
Which,
throwing 6 innings out of left
field. Yeah, like where's Jose Akendo? Like, from my childhood, who would just come in and throw an inning. You got that joke.
Played
every
position in one game. That was amazing.
So just for the line of Jordan Yamamoto last night, in case you missed it, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned runs. That is a lot there. And on course, you got the 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He gave up 4 home runs in there. What's amazing is the 13 runs on 11 hits. That to me is the most amazing part.
That's efficiency, Joe. Like, literally 2 walks, 11 hits, everyone on base came in and scored. That is efficiency at its finest. Like, that's stuff America's built on right there, and they did it in Major League Baseball.
And it's funny because we were really in love with the Marlins, and the Marlins, they did put up 9 runs. Like, it wasn't a problem.
That's what I was bummed about. I like the Marlins, the Orioles, the Mets, and the Giants. They all scored 7 or more runs, basically. Like, any other day, I'm in heaven. But no, the Braves go and score 29.
There is if you didn't have the Braves, you just didn't get. That's it. Like, you just had to have had the Braves yesterday because it was so wild. 29 runs, 29-9. There were 36 hits in this game.
Ouch. Oh, my goodness.
Hits, 36.
See, that's one of those games. That's one of those games, Joe. Imagine if they had fans at that game. How long do you sit in the stands and watch that?
Well, the Braves, so, I mean, it was in Atlanta. I guess I'd be watching all that. This is hilarious.
Beer sales through the roof.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. But I like offense in my baseball. I am.
Oh, it was fun.
I'm one of the few people who's, I'm wistful for the steroid era. I just am.
Here's a fun question for you, Joe, because first I wanted to say also to plug your pre-snap podcast because you got two of the best football minds here, but with Bogman and yourself. But so the Braves put up 29. The Falcons team total is like 24.5 or 25. Dude, the Falcons score more than the Braves on Sunday against the Seahawks.
It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. It really is. Like, I think they're going to be right there because that one definitely has like 31-28 written all over that game. Yep. Especially the way the Falcons defense does not tackle. So there's probably going to be a bunch of garbage time in there too. And the Falcons are going to be aggressive and throw the football a ton. I don't know, man. It's going to be real tight. I would probably say they fall short of it, but not by much.
That'd be amazing. That'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's probably true. All right, let's go with the rest of the wacky day that was baseball and try to figure this all out. Carrasco took another loss here, but it was obviously a better outing of his. Not as bad as some of the other ones, but another loss is another loss. So he goes to 2-4. Danny Duffy gets the W there. He pitched 4-hit ball into the 6th inning, so good on Danny Duffy. Davy Garcia picked up his first MLB win for the Yankees, is stopped a 5-game losing streak, and losing streaks are magnified here. And as is the lack of Gary Sanchez productivity here. But look, do you see? Gleyber Torres drove in 4 runs. Do you see?
I thought he immediately when he went deep in the first. I was like, oh, Joey's gonna be so happy.
Look, do you see? I feel like that guy on South Park with the clicker when he kidnaps Eric Cartman, like in like in Red Dragon. He's like, look, do you see? Gleyber Torres 4 hits. Look, do you see? That's what I want to see.
I just picture Gleyber Torres as Godzilla and everyone pointing at him. Right now.
Look, it's just good to look. The salary's gonna get going again soon. Just get in here while the getting's good. Okay, I know it's in Buffalo. I get it, but the Yankees are going to play better because they really can't play much worse. But Gleyber Torres is too good of a player. As long as he's healthy enough to be on the field, that's been a problem too. Health has not been his friend this year either. So let's get Gleyber Torres healthy. Nice to see Garcia have a good game. That's somebody maybe going forward. If the Yankees pick things up, we can get on. Dane Dunning, all you there, buddy. 8-1 over the Pirates. So a smashing start for him. He gets his first W of his career. Congratulations, Dane Dunning. He goes to 2.70 ERA. Oh, you're talking about the Braves and Marlins. Anything else you want to point out now?
No, I literally, we're going to talk about the Marlins game later, and I have no idea where their headspace is at. Like, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, like I said, where's the unwritten rules for Adam Duvall? Where
like
is
you played slow pitch softball games where they can get out of hand, and you're sitting there in the field just like, okay, can we just finish this so I can go sit on the tailgate and maybe have a beer? But like sitting there in the like you run out of in that 13 inning runs that he gave up. I bet how many players ran out of seeds out of their back pocket. Like that's a depressing set of timeout.
I wonder if somebody had to go to the bathroom. Just like, hey, can I just can we get a 5-minute break here?
Like they needed a Wizinator.
Oh, the Mets beat the Orioles 7-6. We got the runs we were looking for. Conforto, you got your bomb there, so well done, sir. Pete Alonso also a second dramatic home run within the week.
Jeff McNeil stays hot.
Look, everything was good. It's so frustrating because we were
very frustrating
yesterday. It's just that 29 runs and just it obliterates everything. So that's why we're like drunk today about this. It's just hysterical. The Rangers 7-3 over the Angels in this one. We had the Padres 5-3 over the Rockies. Zach Davies, who we also loved. Great. 5th start in a row. He's won. Mitch Moreland, who we talked about in the show, how much we love Mitch Moreland. He hit a home run. It didn't. Nothing mattered. It had to be the Braves or nothing else mattered. Oh my God, it was very Metallica. All right, we have Bauer outdueling Darvish. So this one I'll take the hit on. I went Darvish. He pitched well. Quality start.
Yeah, he still pitched great. Still pitched really well.
Bauer was better. So that's it. It was just the way around it. They both have ERAs, but okay. The ERA for you, Darvish, is 1.77. Trevor Bauer's at 1.74. That is amazing right now.
Crazy. Like him, Kershaw got hit a little last night. His is still low. Bieber's is low. In such a short season where sample size can get blown up, these guys, I think it's even more impressive what you're seeing from those guys.
Yeah. Kershaw did not get the W as the Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 6-4. So he did not return either. Roland Laureano struck back with a 2-out hit in the 9th to put the A's over the Astros. And then, of course, the Giants, the other thing we talked about, keep rolling out the Giants. They scored 10 runs. Doesn't really matter.
Nope, not at all.
Stremski to 3-run home run. They put up a 10 spot in in the very eerie orange sky that is Northern California right now. I keep seeing you and Mason, all these Northern California people posting these pictures of it's like I live in the sepia filter right now. That's what
like when I wake up in the morning and I see the orange sun, I'm wondering if I'm on Tatooine in an episode of Star Wars right about now.
Nice. Well, maybe you can go bullseye some womp rats. You never
know. Might just have a day with some Jawas. Who knows?
All right. Let's move on. It's Thursday. It's a new day. Yes, it is. That was yesterday. Let's move on here. And a shorter slate. It's Thursday, obviously, and it's also NFL. So here's a word to the wise. There will be a lot of people playing around on DraftKings and FanDuel tonight who don't usually do that. And they're going to say, well, I know baseball. Or they'll just want some extra action because they're sitting there watching the game and they're going to be playing different things. It's a good night to be on and playing if you know what you're doing. And if you listen to this show, then you know what you're doing. As long as the Braves don't ruin your evening, that's pretty much so we have the 2:15 game with Larry and Scooble, so we'll move that along here. Let's move to look where we can get in the all day area here, which is again on FanDuel. Now you can play the all day, and it would start with Ukidi at 6.4, which is a name we haven't seen in quite some time, against Shawmanai at 7.8. So your thoughts and feelings on the comeback trail for Jose Urquidy?
I'm intrigued by the comeback trail, but I just don't know where he's at, like how many pitches he's going to throw. It's been a long comeback. I think he really struggled with COVID is what happened, because it took a long time to come back. So I'll pass on that. The A's, both of these offenses have been very inconsistent. So I'd probably just pass on this as a whole, playing all day, unless you want to attack Mania, which I usually love doing. But there's Springer went deep, Bregman's back. If you want to go that route, you can. It's just two offenses that really have struggled.
Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment. I would be intrigued on the one-off of Matt Olson on low ownership at 3-3 against Ukidi coming back. Just in that sense, because he's another guy's kind of. I feel like some days you have those guys who just they're completely under the radar. No one's talking about him anymore, but all know Olson's capable of going yard at any given time. I'm with you though. And Mania, we've trolled before. I think you can go back to that well too. Even though it's a lefty, Michael Brantley on FanDuel at 3.5, you can get in. Alex Bregman, obviously, you can still get in there too. So I'm with you. It's kind of, I'd rather go in a little bit of the later, just isolate the 6 o'clock on if I could. That would be my preference going into today. But it has some appeal to go into the all day. There are some values on the board, like Carlos Correa at 2.9. That's definitely a value here. He's still a good bat. Your Gurriel in the middle of the order at 2.8. So if you want to get a couple extra bats in this against Shawmanai, the lefty, then I think you can go to the larger, big, giant slate there. You also got Dylan Bundy against Kyle Gibson today at 9.4. Where are you at with Dylan Bundy at this point in the season? We had a great start, some hiccups, kind of getting back on track. Where are you at with him right now?
He's kind of getting back on track, and if he is on track, which I kind of think he is, the Rangers are a good team to attack. So I have no problem. Like, he'd be one of the only reasons for me to play the all day is to get a piece of Dylan Bundy versus Texas, a team that just really can't do anything offensively. They even just lost Shin-Chu Chu to the IL. So Bundy's definitely in play.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bundy is absolutely in play also. It's expensive at 9.4, but I'm kind of like you with the same thing. It's 9.8 on DK to get involved with him today. I think that you can do it. I think that you probably want to do it as well, because it's just that Rangers lineup is so bad right now. I mean, it's basically Joey Gallo by himself. Like, that's it. It's Joey Gallo by himself. And
he's hitting like $180.
Yeah, and he's not been good either. So, I mean, it's tough. Like, if you're the Rangers, you had a lot of expectations coming into this year, and they whiffed on some free agents. They got Corey Kluber. That didn't work out. They had to end up trading Minor because they were out of it. The only good thing has been Lance Lynn. And it's amazing because Lance Lynn's price is low and the roster percentage is low because it's the Texas Rangers. Right. And he keeps producing regardless. Like, he doesn't care. and that's what's been so great about using Lance Lynn this year, is because you can continue to do that. And all the negative factors are helping, that stock that's already very good even outperform more. I'm in for Dylan Bundy today. It's a little bit more expensive I could want on FanDuel, the isolation. I think you're in a good spot there with him for strikeouts for sure. All right, let's go to 6:05 here. We got Robbie Erlin against the Nats. Who's pitching for the Nats today? Do we have a definitive
looks
guy
like
on
Austin that? Looks like Austin Voss.
Voss,
so there should be another 25 runs today.
It's very possible. So let's see. Do you want to double dip with the Braves? You can use it on FanDuel. We got Freddie Freeman at 4-1, Acuna at 4-4. You also have Ozzie Albies, who's back, and he's just 2-5. Just want to throw that out there too.
Yep.
So I don't know if I want to continue with Adam Duvall or not, but Austin Riley at 2-7, Albies at 2-5. Very intriguing plays against Voth. I think the bottom of this order is actually intriguing. If you want to go and roll with Duvall too, 6, 7, 8, there's worse things you can do, or even Swanson at 3-4 is not terrible. If you want to pay up for the top with Freeman, you can. It's a much more expensive stack. So how do you approach this one? Do you like the guys at the bottom or the more expensive guys at the top?
Well, the more expensive guys at the top are obviously the better plays, but the way I'd like to attack this slate and make it feasible is take that 6, 7, 8 area of Atlanta and then come back with Soto and Turner. I think this is a game you can stack because Erland isn't that good either. Voth has been very, very inconsistent. I think Soto, Turner are probably two of the most consistent players in baseball right now when it comes to fantasy production. So I like going with them. And then maybe even if you don't go 6, 7, 8, if you want to start Ozuna and go down, you still save some cash, get some of the upside, get the Rileys and company in your lineup, and go that. Like Albies is like, he said, too cheap, 2,500. He was like $3K yesterday on DK. He's not on the DK slate today. But yeah, I'd go that route.
All right, next we've got Brady Singer against Aaron Savali. This one's at 610. Savali's at 9.2K on FanDuel. Again, this is a FanDuel only one. Singer's at 6.1. Savali's been terrific. So here's the question. Do you want to add in more differential and go with Dylan Bundy, or get rid of those games and just go with Savali? I lean towards the Savali route personally, even though it's very tempting to do the other. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying the less variance, the better when you have this kind of a slate like you do tonight.
Yeah, less variance, the better is always good. I love Savali. I think Bundy's got the much higher ceiling, though. So
I don't disagree with that.
I think I'd go to the Bundy route in that. If you're just playing cash, then yeah, just stick with Savali. That's totally fine. 100% there. But if you want that ceiling,
that's a better way of
GPP,
putting it. That's a better way of putting it. Go to GPP, play the all day today, and isolate to play cash with Savali. I think that's a good approach. That there you go. See, and that's why you listen to us. See, we knock it out for you. And we make it simple and understandable. In this one, you got Lindor at 3-7, Santana at just 2-7 against Brady Singer, hitting from the left side. That's a good matchup. Franmil's been great every day. Jose Ramirez, same deal. You got to pay up for him. Cesar Hernandez is cheap. So same deal. Michael Franco, 2-7. You also got Whit Merrifield at just 3.1. So that price has come way down. Merrifield had gone way up there. If I like Savali, it's tough to go with Merrifield, but I don't hate the one off here just because Whit Merrifield can really just fill the box score.
Yep, I totally agree. You pretty much nailed it all. The only other guy, if you want, if you're going all in on Cleveland, which you don't need to, is Naquin's cheap as well. But Franmil and Santana be my top two plays because I just don't feel like paying up for an injured Ramirez. And Lindor's been good, but it's super inconsistent. So take the value and move along. All
right, Jake Arrieta against the Marlins. So look, the Marlins scored 9 runs yesterday. Guess what? I'm going to go right back to this well.
Heck yeah.
Garrett Cooper's 2.9. Jesus Aguilar is 3K. Starling Marte is 3K, 2.9. Forget it. It's Arrieta. He stinks. Terrible. Just go right back at it with the Marlins like we did yesterday. They still scored 9 runs yesterday just because the other team scored 20 more than them. And I'm not exaggerating. It's a weird thing to say and have it actually be true and not hyperbole. By the way, you can look up that word as well if you don't know what that word means. However, Alec Baum in this game against Alcantara, 2.6. That's some cheap power potentially there. You got to pay up for Harper at 4-1, Real Muto at 3-6. But I'm back right where I was yesterday with the Marlins, and I want nothing to do with either of these pitchers.
Yeah, I'm 100% back on them. A couple other names I'll mention with the Marlins if you're looking for values, especially on FanDuel. You got Corey Dickerson's cheap. He'll be leading off for the Marlins. He's 2,600. Matt Joyce has been playing. He's 2,500 if you need to get really cheap. But if you want to get really cheap, at shortstop, Jazz Chisholm's $2,000, starting to slowly get his feet wet in the bigs, power speed combo guy. If you're doing like a wraparound stack or just a one-off, he's a free square at 2,000, and he's 2,000 on DraftKings as well. The one thing I'll say about Alcantara, he's 92 on FanDuel. He's 66 on DK.
I was just going to say the same thing.
DK stay starts at 340. He is a SP2 option in a GPP because pitching's really bad on the 6-game main slate on DraftKings. So Alcantara comes into play there.
I agree 100%. And also in play, Aguilar at 3.1 on DK, Garrett Cooper at 3.1, Brian Anderson at 3.3.
So
the only expensive guy is Starling Marte. So just right back again. And Jorge Alfaro, 3.2 is another guy that, there's plenty out there. We've also got the roof close in the 640 game. We got Fleming and Kickham going against each other. Kick them. Kick them when they're down. That's the that's where we're at right now. Most of the bats here are in that mid-4 range over on DK that you would want to be rostering over on the FanDuel side of things. Austin Meadows, I would say an extreme value on the lefty and lefty matchups 2-8. Is it tempting enough for you, or you stay away from it?
I like that quite a bit. The play I love, he's 32 on DK, 28 on FanDuel's Randy Arozarena, hitting towards the top of that Tampa Bay lineup. His if you just want to have some fun, look at his StatCast numbers. It's ridiculous. It's only been 8 games, but he's hitting everything hard. So he's in play. And Bros, who's only 2,600 on FanDuel, where he's 47 on DK, a lefty masher. He'll be hitting towards the top of that Tampa Bay lineup as well. So awesome value on FanDuel, some decent value on DraftKings. Tampa Bay is another team I look to exploit today against Kickham.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Arozarena was the guy who was involved in the Jose Martinez trade, right?
Yes, he's another Cardinals outfielder succeeding somewhere else outside of St. Louis.
And Jose Martinez just got released this past week, correct?
Yeah, he got traded, I think, to the Cubs, and the Cubs are in the alt training site. He's in the alt training site for the Cubs right now.
Yeah, so that's wow. What a weird confluence of events over a year for Jose Martinez.
Sometimes when you can't play defense, even the DH can't save you.
Yeah, well, you got to hit. You know, you better be David Ortiz.
The other real quick value I'll mention is Bobby Dahlbeck's 32 on DK. He's homered in 4 straight games. We play him for home runs. So GPP, Dahlbeck's extreme value there.
Yeah, righty matchup against the lefty here in this one too. He's just 3K on FanDuel too, so also not an absurd price. A lot of value with the bats today. All right, here's the big question of the day. Garrett Cole not been as dominant as Garrett Cole last year. Maybe it's that first year adjustment thing, or the New York spotlight and blah blah blah. And I am just, let me put this out there. I in no way, shape, or form worried about Garrett Cole. However, tonight, one off against the Orioles at 11.2 on FanDuel. Is it something you're interested in?
Yes, because pitching's so bad. Like, we're going to talk about another guy in a minute. We're going to talk about another guy in a minute, which I could see as a great pivot off of him.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
Yes. So I could say is the caveat I'm going to mention is watch the weather, because it's 40 to 60% chances of rain throughout the game.
Yeah.
So that could change things real quick.
And on DK, he's 10.3, and the other guy we're talking about is still cheaper.
Yes.
I think the other guy's going to be way higher owned, though. So if you're looking to get different, this is one of those weird things where if the weather's okay and they get this game in here, Garrett Cole could potentially be a real game changer if he drops a huge game, because I just think people are off of him and a little afraid right now. Now, Gleyber Torres is 4.9 on DK, but still just 2.7 over on FanDuel. Get in there. Go do it. I'm telling you right now, just don't second guess yourself. Not too much. I'm not going to be looking for any Orioles bats against Garrett Cole. I still have too much respect for him. I have a lot of respect for Sonny Gray, too. This one's on the road, wind blowing in Wrigley against Alzole. And look, Sonny Gray has been great. He hasn't been quite as sharp in the last few outings. That's the only reason why I'm even considering Cole and Savali into this mix. Normally, I would go right to Sonny Gray and not even care. What are your thoughts on him tonight? He is 9.6 on DK. He is 10.1 on FanDuel.
I think it's a great option, not just because, you can use the weather as a reason. It's legit. People pay attention. Wrigley, if it's blowing in, it's a factor, a big factor. So Sonny Gray is in play. They skipped the start for a reason, to let him work on his mechanics. All the reports from Sonny and the coaching staff, they love what they've done in bullpen sessions. There's a guy that plays for the Cubs. I think he pitched last night, did the same thing last year, and then we've seen him pitch for like a year and been dominant after he fixed a few things. Sonny Gray could be that same guy. So I like him a lot tonight, especially on the way the slate is broken down for pitching. And it's just, I'm curious on the ownership. So I'm with you there. If Garrett Cole comes in lower owned and they get that game in, you go to Garrett Cole. If not, Sonny Gray is an obvious SP1 option. Now,
most of the time, you don't hear us go gaga about roster percentage and stuff like that. We just want to put the best lineup out there.
Yep.
But when you have a shorter slate like this one, and
every little bit helps.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we're talking about it more today than we usually do on the show. Chris Paddock against Trevor Cahill. Paddock's at 9K against the Giants. No, thank you. 8-3 against the Giants on DK. No, thank you. I'm just going to hard pass right now because here we go. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say these words. I'm afraid of the Giants.
Oh, my heart's going to leap out of my chest right now.
I'm afraid of the Giants.
Someone said it.
I am. I just am. Solano's at 2.5. Brandon Belt's at 3.2. These are all the FanDuel prices. Dickerson's at 2.8, still hitting that 2 holes. Yastrzemski is 3.6. Look, I think they're going to be low owned tonight because they're going to see Chris Paddock, and I would just keep going down this well because Paddock has been again, spotty. Good
Yep.
start to the season, then struggles. I'm not feeling great about him. And forget, this last game here too with Dustin May and Madison Bumgarner. I mean, Bumgarner's been terrible. You could definitely go into big time with all of the Dodgers. You want to go pay up for Bellinger, that's fine. Now, here's the thing. It's going to be tough to pay up for the big boy bats today if you're into the Sonny Gray, Savali, Garrett Cole business, but it's not impossible to get a lot of offense because we just talked about the Marlins. Again, we just talked about the Giants, these same teams that keep producing. We saw some value with the Rays Arena and a couple other guys on that one, like Austin Meadows. So there's a lot to be done here. Any other thing you want to contribute here with the Dodgers and Diamondbacks or this last game? I know we kind of glossed over these, but I know you could attack Trevor Cahill too. So would you want to go game stack there with San Diego?
I wouldn't go too crazy, and also watch Smiley might be making the starts to the Cahill that's up in the air still. So that could make things
Smiley?
No, Mr. Drew. Yeah, I got you. Drew Smiley. But for the Dodgers, I want those right-handed bats. It's going to be popular. If you want value on FanDuel and on DraftKings, Chris Taylor, AJ Pollock, Kiki Hernandez, all very strong and all hitting the ball well right now. I was looking at Mad Bum this morning. He's given up 5 home runs per 9 to right-handed hitters this year.
Yeah. All right. It's that time again, boys and girls. It's time to call our shot. Bubba got it right yesterday. Let's even go 2 for 2. So we're going to pick somebody to go yard tonight. And if they do, we could possibly win somebody some cash. And if you want to get involved in this, you retweet this segment over at LineStar App on Twitter at LineStar MLB. And you give us your home run call and we'll see if you can win some free swag from LineStar. So Bubba, which way you going for your home run call tonight?
We are going to the Dodgers, to Mookie Betts.
All right, you know where I'm going. I'm going to my boy Gleyber Torres, starting to heat up, baby. 2.7 on FanDuel against the lefty and Aiken. Yes. That's where we go. It's Gleyber Torres time. So there you have it. Those are the calls. Mookie and Gleyber. Let's see who you've got in there. Go tweet us. And again, win some free stuff courtesy of the LineStar app. And I want to remind everybody, go get that LineStar app, upgrade to the premium product, and start winning some cash. And also the pre-snap is out today too. So get your DFS on, get your lineups in, start playing around. It's the best time of year. We got baseball, we got football, we got all things going on. And we're going to have the wagering show on Friday as well. So go subscribe to the pre-snap right now, wherever you get your podcasts. And I'm telling you, you're going to love that one. Bob and I broke down the entire slate. You're going to absolutely love it. We go game by game, just like here. We do not go position by position and bore the hell out of you with a bunch of different stuff you don't need to know. The need to knows, the thought process behind it, that's what you need to be successful. All right, that'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For KC Bubba, follow him over at KC Bubba. Follow me at Joe Pisapia 17. There's nothing left to do now except step out of the on-deck circle and into the batter's box and go yard. We'll see you next time, kids.
You've been listening to the DFS On Deck podcast, brought to you by LineStar. Hit subscribe, tell a friend, and stay tuned for the next episode from fantasy baseball experts Joe Pisapia and KC Bubba.